Welcome to Cooper High School for Metro West Conference girls basketball here on CCX Sports. It's the Benilde-St. Margaret's Red Knights paying a visit here to the Cooper Hawks. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox along with Patty Sorensen, and Cooper's built a pretty good program over these last couple of years. Patty, they've got new coaches here, but pretty good success already, 9-2, and both the teams they lost to are really good ones as well.
Yes, I think, they have progressed. They've really proven themselves, like you said. So they have some seniors, or older kids, juniors and seniors, that have been on the program that hopefully will carry some of that leadership over and that tradition and experiences they've had.
Benilde also a new head coach for the first time in a long time, as Bob Lyons is retired here and Michael Swan taking over. He's been around the school for a long time. They are really young. That's the first thing you notice about them. They've got 5 wins, 8 losses. He likes the progress, but it is tough when you're starting as many young players as they are.
It is tough. It's tough when they're young, but the positive side, they're getting valuable experience right now. And if they start being successful and they can build on that, that's going to help them as they continue to build their program.
Let's look at key players in this one, starting with Benilde. Olivia Olsen doesn't play like an 8th grader. She's had a great year.
I know, it's amazing to see what she can do, and so I would say confident. I mean, being able to be their point guard, handle the ball for them, be able to create the things she does, and like you said, yes, only an 8th grader. That's pretty exciting.
And for Cooper, Drea Tribble is one of those experienced players, a junior who has done a lot of good things for them.
Yeah, I think she can do multiple things. She can drive, she can attack. I think with her, like you said, she's had some experience of a good success, and what she's going to bring to helping control and get the team in a good flow, I think it's going to be fun to watch her lead tonight.
Red Knights and Hawks, it's coming your way next here on CCX. Welcome back here to Cooper as we get set for the start of tonight's contest here. A little bit of a late start. They ran early with a couple of the younger level games. Joining us on courtside once again tonight is Allie Mosley. Let's go to Allie.
Jay and Patty, a big change-up in Cooper's lineup tonight as they are without starting point guard Jayla Relaford. Now I asked Coach Simmons, well, how does this change up your game plan? And he says a lot. He said Jayla's our ball hog who loves to pressure up the court, but tonight they're going to have to dip into reserve minutes, so they're going to be playing more of a half-court game. Now, Drea Tribble will be the one at the point guard position, but Coach says to also expect to see 9th graders Izzy Hall and Bree Frazier take the ball up the court as well. They're in 9th grade, but Coach says it's time for them to grow up. Coach noted that it's also very important to get a lot of the girls involved early here tonight without having their leader, Jayla, out on the floor.
Thanks, Allie. And Jayla, unfortunately, got a couple of technicals in the St. Louis Park game, and that's the reason that she is out tonight, a mandated 1 game sitting out. So she's not going to get a chance to play against her cousin, who plays for Benilde tonight. But she said we'll see them again over at Benilde. They play a second time, of course, in the Metro West Conference. Let's look at starters for tonight's game, and starting with the visiting Red Knights here, as you've got Mackenzie Swan, Anissa Wolf, Olivia Olsen, Tyrena Relaford, and Patience Williams coming back off an injury. They're one of their more experienced players. And for Cooper, as Allie said, Jayla Relaford not in the lineup tonight, but Drea Tribble, Mimi Wheeler, the really talented post player for them, Bree Frazier, Autumn Johnson, a senior getting the start, and Somo Camara, who is a young player who has stepped into their lineup and done some good things. And so you're going to see quite a few players in this game who are going to play some for the next few years for both these programs. There is a look at Michael Swan, the new head coach at Benilde, but he's been around the school for 18 seasons, coaching the boys and the girls programs. So definitely not new to the school. And there's Raheem Simmons' first season at Cooper, but he is been a basketball coach at several other schools. He's been around for a while too, so getting to know all their girls and getting used to their program, kind of a whole new staff. And that can be a scary thing a little bit when you're a player that's played a couple years, but looks like so far so good.
You're right. You've been a player in the program. You've had success when you look at, like, for example, Cooper, and all of a sudden somebody new comes in. You were used to your old system, but coaches come in and it looks like they've developed some rapport, and that's key. You got to develop that relationship, and kids love the game. They just want to get going and play. You look at Benilde, like you said, their coach has been in the building, so it's like he maybe is a new coach, but it's kind of a very familiar face for everybody, so it's maybe not as big of a change for them.
Mimi Wheeler will jump it up, and Olivia Olsen, the 8th grade point guard, is going to jump center for Benilde. That tells you a little bit about her size and athletic ability, and it'll be fun to see her play tonight. Here's Wheeler getting the tip, and we are underway as Cooper gets first possession here. Tribble goes to Wheeler at the high post, back out, and Tribble will let it fly. No good there, and tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with Cooper. Benilde will use a lot of zone defense, a 3-2 zone, also some 2-3, and also some man-to-man depending. But Cooper fully expected to see zone from Benilde.
Yeah, that's one thing Coach was talking about in preparing. He really expects the zone, and it's, like you said, another point that we're going to see where the kids step up and how they adjust.
Wheeler trying to dump it down low. A nice steal by Olsen, though.
She's got that tall, lanky, the long arm reach, and she was playing down on their zone. She just kind of jumped in there real quick and got that.
Goes out of bounds off Tyrena Relaford's foot, so it will be Cooper ball after the turnover. And Coach Swan from Benilde, really one of the biggest things he talked about was we need to take care of the basketball against this Cooper team. They've got a lot of speed. They like to play aggressive defense on you. Tribble's going to shoot up another one, and this time it is good for 3. So an early 3-0 Cooper lead. That shot's probably going to be there against that zone, and Benilde's probably going to make them prove they can hit those kind of shots. Relaford firing, that one's too hard. Wheeler controls the rebound.
Mimi did a great job of getting positioning in there. She's going to be tough to go against. She's experienced inside there, and she likes to play down there.
Wheeler's jump shot is good for 2. She is, a good low post player with some good moves, but she can also definitely knock down a face-up jumper, as she showed right there. Here's a drive, score the basket, and a foul as Wolf able to power through a little bit of contact and finish there for the Red Knights.
You're seeing confidence in both groups right now, in a sense, with her getting the ball down low and going up and attacking the bucket.
Foul went against Autumn Johnson. Free throw also good, so Wolf a 3-point play. And the Red Knights are to within 5-3. Wheeler with it out high. Nice dump down to Autumn Johnson. Missed it in close, though. Goes to the floor to get it, and they keep the possession alive. And it's out of bounds, though, off of Tribble, who felt like maybe she was fouled there a little bit, but instead it'll be turnover and Benilde ball. Olsen bringing it into the front court here for Benilde. Relaford picking her dribble up way out high there. Wolf looking to attack again, this time cut off. Olsen trying to get it to Williams. It's out of bounds off Williams as Wheeler was up pressuring, and Cooper kind of going with that nothing easy mentality. Even a wing pass, we're going to contest.
Well, and Cooper right now is matching up Tribble onto Olsen, and Tribble plays some, she gets down, she plays some tough low defense, and she's all over her right now. So it's going to be interesting to see how Olivia responds.
Wheeler attacking the basket here and was fouled. That'll be on Relaford of Benilde. Free throw good by Mimi Wheeler, and the Relaford's are cousins. Their dads are brothers, is what I was told by Coach Swan there, as Wheeler makes a pair for Cooper. 4 early points for her, and it's 7-3 Hawks. Patience Williams got that knee brace on, the torn PCL. She'll have surgery after the season, but it's back in their lineup now, and she gets it on the pick and roll. Layup is good, so Patience Williams, good to see her back on the court, just as a basketball fan, but also obviously for Benilde's program.
Exactly. It's always so tough when kids come down with those injuries, and she's going to finish out her season, so that'll be nice. Hopefully we wish her well and a quick recovery after she has her surgery.
Tribble driving, had it knocked loose, and then gets the ball back. Wheeler again near the high post, no good. Tip free by Olsen over to Wolf. And then we'll get a foul in the backcourt. Tribble will pick up that foul. India Kirkwood, number 12, checks in for the Hawks. They throw a double at Wolf. Around it comes to Relaford here. Benilde looking for a tie or to go ahead with a 3. Swan being hounded by Tribble. Wolf had it slip through her hands. Now Olsen's going to lob it inside. Williams looking to go up and under, no good. And Mimi Wheeler controls the rebound and pushes the break herself. Wheeler shoveling it off toward Frazier, and then corner to Tribble. On the run, wouldn't quite drop. Kept alive though by Wheeler. And then the floater is good by Frazier.
Nice little floater there. In that last possession down there for Benilde, I really thought Olivia had an open shot. She tried to feed her post, but there was nobody out there defending her. But that's what she's looking for. She's a player that looks to get her teammates involved also.
Another look at this drive here, and a tough little floater by Bree Frazier for Cooper, the 9th grader. Taja Levy is in there, number 24 for Cooper. Look at that shot by Olsen, and it'll count. She was about halfway down to the floor when she flipped that shot up, but it'll go. Watch this move here as she was tripped up a little bit by Kirkwood. And Olivia Olsen's free throw not good. So it doesn't get the three-point play, but still a pretty nice hoop. 9-7 our score.
Just the composure to finish that off. And
down low to Kirkwood. Gets surrounded in there, and then the pass stolen. Relaford getting it to Olsen, and now Patience Williams. Across to Swan. She's a three-point shooter. This one in and out. And Wheeler, good hands. Levy giving it back. Mimi Wheeler will shoot that 16-footer, and she buries it. It was interesting. Coach Simmons was telling us before the game, he said, we think we're going to get zoned. We're going to have Mimi at the top, and we're going to attack it and get them out of it. And that was his idea. Here's Olsen with the floater, and that's good.
Well, and Mimi seems very comfortable up there, too. I know she likes to play down there with her back to the basket, but if they're going to give her that shot, she's going to take it, and we can see she can be successful with it.
Levy attempting a three here, and Williams grabs the board. I think that's what Benilde would like to see, is make Cooper prove they can hit, three-point shots or outside shots. That's kind of the idea behind that zone, and also just not, getting beat to the bucket. And they want to stay out of foul trouble, too. They're not real deep.
Exactly. And, make them make that shot, and also they know that they are a team that likes to drive and attack and play with their back. Let's see what they do with facing it first.
Over and back call there against Benilde. Is the pressure getting to the Red Knights a little bit there? Levy giving it to Wheeler, and she'll swing it around. Tribble from the right wing, this time no good. Olsen grabs the rebound, throwing it ahead. Relaford for the layup, and it's good.
Olsen does a great job of being able to see her teammates as they're moving and obviously get that nice pass out to her there for her teammate to finish up.
So Benilde battles back to tie it up at 11, and the jumper from the free throw line will not go, but there's Wheeler getting to the offensive glass. No good with that one. Olsen the rebound, then fell, and she'll be called for travel. Levy trying to dump it back down low there. Again, the pass to the inside was deflected this time. So you might need a little pass fake there. Or tried to go inside to Johnson, but the Red Knights got hands up.
Well, one of the things you're looking for in that zone is to flex, touches, just disrupt it, disrupt the flow, whether you get the steal or just get a hand on the ball.
Nice catch by Williams on that high lob. Relaford giving it back, Swan. And lost it on the way in. Johnson picks it up for Cooper, so a turnover there for the Red Knights in their half-court offense.
Ooh.
There's Olsen getting a piece of another one. She's got deceptively long arms. Here's Wheeler attacking. No, but she was fouled. And Coach Swan throwing up his hand saying, hey, I thought we were just pretty straight up on D there. Williams will pick it up. It is the second team foul on the Red Knights. And Wheeler hits the free throw. So 7 early points for her. Cooper's back in front by 1. Second one spins out. Looks like Cooper going with a little zone perhaps here, or maybe just flexing off. There's a nice steal by Wheeler, and up court she comes with it. Wheeler all the way in for the layup. Timeout taken here by Benilde. Wheeler, a smile on her face after that one. It got disrupted a little bit in close. It was hard to tell if it might have been close to being a travel there, but I think in some nights that whistle might have blown. You could see by her look on her face there that she was wondering if they were going to call that. Although the defender got a piece of it.
Yeah,
so.
they did. You know, and that's one of the things I don't think people expect out of Wheeler is that she's going to take it down there and she's going to bring it all the way up, and she's very comfortable doing it. You know, anytime you can get a post player that improves their ball handling, that can get a rebound on the defensive end and take the ball down to the other end and score or give an assist or something, coaches like that. That's always an added bonus and a nice smile.
I think she does a pretty good job of kind of knowing, you know, when it's really there and when it's not, too. You know, sometimes you kind of make up your mind that you're going to do something and you do it even if it's kind of not really open, but I think she's pretty good at that, too.
I think she does make some good decisions, you're right.
Here comes Olsen into the front court for the Red Knights. Coach Simmons asking for more pressure here up top. They would like to get this tempo speeded up a little bit, I think, here. And we're going to get a foul call there. A hold called as Olsen had the dribble working.
Well, the one thing that's happening is Cooper's trying to put more pressure on the ball everywhere it is and apply pressure out there. And Benilde's trying to get their players to move and keep moving that offense, get it flowing, make that defense work even harder.
Coming in for the Hawks now, Izzy Hall, number 4. Ilea Wubbin, number 50, is checked in for Benilde. Olsen driving it, left it short though, and Autumn Johnson the rebound. Tribble attacks. Oh, and just missed the layup. Olsen rebounds and pushes it the other way. Swan wanted that step back three there, I think, but the D got out there. Relaford giving it up. Wobbin shooting it, too strong, and Tribble rebounds. Tribble going to the hoop and was fouled.
You know, and if she takes that as she's going right in there and is going to draw the foul, that's going to be a key too, as far as knowing, you know, the one team wants to stay out of foul trouble and you've got someone attacking. You got to get your feet moving on defense there to prevent that.
Free throw is good. That was the second foul on Relaford, by the way, so something to keep an eye on for the Red Knights. Four-point lead for Cooper. One more coming here for Tribble. And she now has 5 points, and Cooper's lead is 5 at 16-11. In there now for Benilde, Brooklyn Miller, number 3.
Another one of their 8th graders. We had a couple of 8th graders getting some valuable varsity minutes out here tonight.
Timeout requested by Benilde, as they weren't really getting into the offense the way that Coach Swan wanted them to, so he's not going to waste any time getting a timeout here. Reminder of our CCX Sports Play of the Week, as it's brought to you by Chick-fil-A of Maple Grove. Some great plays up on our website, ccxmedia.org. Click on Sports tab and then go to the Play of the Week, and you, the viewer, get to decide our winner each week. We have a new play up each Monday. Again, brought to you by Chick-fil-A of Maple Grove.
You know, when you look at how young, and both teams play some young players, some 8th graders, and you look back and it was seeing an 8th grader come into a varsity competition was a rare thing. And we're starting to see more and more of that. But they've got 3 8th graders that are seeing court time and many minutes in court time as 8th graders. The developmental process of that as a coach is you're liking, as long as they stay healthy and they keep developing. I mean, you've got those kids for 5 years right now.
Red Knights basketball here. They didn't realize it at first. Nobody was coming over to take the inbound. They get it to Patience Williams. Benilde hasn't scored in a bit here. Down by 5. Williams tried to bring that over the defender and jump stop and past her. Instead had it slip out of her hands, a turnover, and it'll be Cooper ball.
Benilde has made a little bit of change on their 2-3 up top right now. They've got Olivia up top instead of down bottom.
Tribble driving it in, trying to draw a foul, didn't get the call. Here comes Williams attacking and travel. Tried to come hard to that stop, and you kind of have to wonder if the knee a little bit. And Williams, I don't think she thought she traveled, and I wasn't 100% sure on that either.
It almost looked like she slid a little bit.
Yeah, that might have been it, if that pivot foot slides just a little bit. Boy, Olsen getting a lot of deflections, isn't she? I mean, she's had a couple steals too, but even just the ones that she doesn't get, makes you think every time as a passer.
When you look at how versatile, like I said, they're playing down below. She was sneaking in, getting deflects and some rebounds. Now up top, that wingspan up on top is a huge benefit.
And there's Wolf jumping into the passing lane there. So Cooper basketball here. Obviously, I think there's going to be some teams that they'll see in their conference in particular that probably will try and do this, throw a zone at them, slow the pace down against them, because Cooper's quick. They like to get out and run the floor. Just a more up-tempo game is more to their liking. And a timeout taken here by Cooper. And, so that's going to be always the challenge. And I have to be honest, Patty, obviously you coached a lot. You may have a different feeling on this, but I'm surprised that more people don't go to zones. there's some sort of feeling among people that that's not pure basketball, or that's not the right way to play, or something like that. I don't buy that for a minute. You're trying to win a game here.
Well, and I think what happens early on, and I always wanted my kids to learn to play really good man-to-man. I wanted to play that, but I also used different zones, you know. We would do a 1-2-2 zone sometimes, and people weren't sure what we were doing, how we had the kids rotate. I think you have to have different weapons in your pocket, and especially if you're going against a team that's going to want to up-tempo pace, you got to disrupt. And so you got to have some weapons and many things you can do to disrupt that offense. But you're right, there's some people that are true, they're going to stay to one thing only for the most of the time, but then you see where the benefit of changing it up.
Yeah, and I agree. I mean, obviously you want to teach defense, be able to play it individually, get your fundamentals down, be able to play good team defense man-to-man, and I believe me, I'm not against that part of it in any way, shape, or form, but I kind of shrug my shoulders a little bit when some people seem to treat it as a bad thing, or it's awful if you're playing a game in the 40s and 50s instead of trying to score 85 every night. And well,
no, I agree with you. I always wanted to get the fundamentals down, get kids to play man. If they understood that, it made it a lot easier to play your zone defenses and to create and add more to your defensive package.
Frazier swings it around, and this is good practice for Cooper for later in the season too, to have to go against a zone defense for an extended period of time and see what works for them. All the miss there. Patience Williams dropping it off to Wolf, and just short.
I think too it's important to, like you said, to learn to be able to, because when you get in the zone, you've got to be able to move the ball, make the cuts, get everybody involved and everybody touching the ball. That only makes you stronger offensively also as a team.
Hall will kick it over to the left side. They're seem to be really sagging and taking that pass away to Wheeler at the high post a little bit more now. Now they do get it to her, but look how many players are around her.
Exactly. As soon as she gets the ball, she's got 2 and 3 on her.
Tribble driving it. It was off of Benilde. It will stay with Cooper. And this is maybe a little bit of an instance where they missed Jayla Relaford too, because they have another shooter and slasher that would normally be in their lineup to play off of Wheeler at the high post there too.
Well, exactly, and the girls are getting used to a different flow of the game. I mean, they've been used to playing with her and how that flow goes, and rotations coming in, and now it's a little different.
Nice put back there for Frazier for the Hawks. I'm sorry, Camara getting that hoop. So 18-11 lead now for Cooper. Benilde has been stuck on 11 for quite some time here. And that pass deflected by Kirkwood. Olsen will track it down. Olsen, nice crossover here, and then hands it off to Williams for the jumper, but no, and there's Mimi Wheeler, another board. If the ball's anywhere kind of in her radius, she usually gets the rebound, doesn't she?
Exactly. She has that focus in on that.
Kirkwood will kick it back out. Tribble, a 3, no good. Williams saving it in. And then that ball nearly stolen by Camara, but Olsen gets it back. Olsen, a spin move, looking to attack. Her floater is short, got the rebound, and then is fouled.
I just realized we've seen 4 8th graders on the floor for Benilde. Every 8th grader on their roster has gotten in the game already.
Frazier will pick up that foul. And Olsen's free throw bounces around and drops in. So Benilde breaking their long time at 11 points here. Bella Davison, a freshman, so she's a little older, 9th grader coming in for the Red Knights now.
We're really jumping up now, right?
Second free throw no good, and Tribble wins the race to the loose ball. Back out for Tribble, and they've been cold from the outside for the most part. Tribble hit one early, but that's the only 3 that the Hawks have made, and that's kind of playing into what Benilde wanted to see here. However, they do still trail. Here's Williams looking to drive it at Wheeler. Olsen's shot no good. Another board for Mimi. Tribble drives and dishes, but the shot will not drop there for Frazier.
She is quick. Cooper's kind of caught on a cold spell with the outside shots right now. Just look how low Tribble gets on her defense. And actually that one, that time.
That was Frazier,
yeah. Frazier. Boy, she was down there too.
Williams knocking down a 3. Here's Tribble, hit the bottom of the rim with that, and then Kirkwood. Let's see there. Benilde wanted a travel call, but I think they're going to get the foul first. It'll be on Williams.
You know, if you watch, she took a step with her left, but then I think when she got fouled, that other foot came up. So I think the foul came before the possible what they thought would have been a travel.
Levy coming back in for Cooper. Has it slipped through her fingers, but gets it back. So Benilde to within 3 points now as Cooper trying to find their offense. Wheeler driving right into the middle, and then that little step back, and it's good. Boy, not a lot of players, post players have the confidence to kind of dribble through the top of that zone like that. Here's Olsen with the layup.
Exactly, and then to pull up and just do the shot right up over the top.
Tribble, this time able to finish it. She's had a number of drives where she's, kind of trying to draw contact, not quite getting it, but that time got the layup to go. 5-point lead here for Cooper. Ooh, near travel there. And there's Tribble jumping in for the steal. Tribble all the way, layup is good, and a foul on Olsen. Great job jumping into the passing lane there, and Tribble finishing despite the slap on the arm by Olsen.
She's fun to watch. I mean, she works so hard on defense, and then you see her speed that she has as she's attacking the bucket. And the basket she made before that, the last possession down. A few times before she'd been attacking and it wasn't going in. That time she kicked it out, came back, and was able to split the defense and score.
Biggest lead for Cooper now at 8. It comes around to Olsen, driving it and then kicks. Here's Wolf from the baseline, no good. Williams, a nice tip in there for the Red Knights. 6-point lead now for Cooper. Wheeler's gonna take that jumper and confidently knock it down. Good basketball player.
Teams that have to plan for her, I think they sometimes look at her and they got to plan for a multi-dimensional player in her. She's going to run, she's going to move. She can shoot outside.
Tie up here as Relaford picked up her dribble, and Coach Simmons, he's pretty animated on the sideline. He wanted that double team to close on her, and it did. And there is a look at Kiara Buford, the former Cooper head coach. We saw a lot of their former staff is here tonight. Yeah. They're from over the years. Coach Peterson as well was sitting up there, and Lakita Davis, who was on the staff at Cooper, now over at Park Center. Again, there you see her. They did some great things these last couple of years. I mean, at Cooper girls basketball, over the years, to be quite honest, hadn't been all that successful until fairly recent years. Jen Rodemaker did some good things in their program, but kind of going to new heights these last couple of years, and no doubt about it, being in Class 3A for that span made it an easier road to state. There's no question about it. Not to downplay what they did. Obviously, Park Center went through the same back about a decade ago, and won a couple of titles there too. And Cooper won a championship 2 years ago. They got to the state tournament again last year. So kind of building that tradition of success. And Fraser is over. Actually, Kirkwood and Fraser both a little bit injured here at the end of the Cooper bench. Williams' free throw is good. Fraser, I think it looks like it might be her thumb.
Yeah.
And Kirkwood
got hit in the mouth.
Got hit in the mouth, yeah. All of a sudden, the trainer extra busy there. 1 out of 2 from Williams, so the lead is 7 for the Hawks.
It is tough to go in there and rebound against Mimi because she just gets position. She's aggressive at going at it. She's going to control, and there's a nice put up by her.
Wheeler kind of doing maybe what you tell people not to do, fade away and close like that, but she has good touch on the ball, and it stayed on the rim and dropped in. So it's a 9-point game, 29-20. Under 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Cooper really trying to tighten the screws a little defensively, see if they can't get this pace up, get some steals.
Well, and they're pushing, their defense in a way is actually pushing Benilde out a little farther.
Yeah, so right now it feels like for Benilde, as they go to Olsen here, turns with the left hand. And they say all they're looking to do is complete a pass, but not really being able to even attack the basket at all.
Right.
Double dribble call there on Levy.
You've watched the aggressiveness with Cooper. They're even pulling out some trapping. You saw Wheeler come all the way out here this last time, not just staying inside.
Benilde really looking to make sure they keep the floor spread, and you can tell that Coach Swan has talked to them about that. That's when traps can really happen, is if you get bunched up.
Well, and Cooper's throwing a little bit of their own zone at Benilde right now.
Benilde really looks like right now that they're content, though, to kind of just take some clock off here and work the ball around. I mean, they're the team that's down by 9, but they're not really looking at the basket much at all.
No, they're not. They're just keeping it around, and
if nothing else, wearing Cooper out, too, a little bit by chasing. Now Williams will shoot it up. That's no good, and Tribble gets to the board. Under 30 seconds, see if Cooper's going to hold for one. It looks like it, and not a bad idea. They're up 9 already. Hall tried to throw it to the corner there. That one was a tough one to handle. So they'll give it back with 21 seconds to go. Rubbing back in there for Benilde as Williams will sit down, probably mainly because she has 2 fouls. You'd like to get her to halftime still sitting at 2. Wolf, a pull-up, but Wheeler blocks it. Camara pushing it for Cooper, under 10 to go. See if they see the clock there, 5 seconds. Now Mimi Wheeler spins, fires, and hits. Not a bad way to end the half for the Hawks. Looked like they were, for a moment, like maybe they didn't realize how much time was left, but Wheeler definitely knew, and she buries it, and they will take an 11-point lead into halftime. That's a great way to end a possession there.
Oh, it sure is, and you can see her. I mean, Wheeler's confident. She takes the ball at the top, and she just attacks, does a spin move there, pulls up and makes the shot. You don't see a lot of, you don't expect that out of her, and yet she is, like I said, multidimensional. Let's
go over to Allie now with Coach Simmons.
We're dancing, Coach. An 11-point game. Seemed like it took a little bit to get an offensive rhythm going there in the first half. What'd you see?
Well, whenever you have your leader or your point guard sitting out for a game, it's a wake-up call, and it's a time for our younger players to come and develop. So this is a great half for us to let the young players see what we got to do to execute, We're loving it. We want to play faster, but it's a lot for our 9th graders and 8th graders to play. They're playing an opportunity in the varsity game without our leader. So this is a great learning moment for a lot of our young players.
There's some bright spots defensively for you guys too. You start to spread the gap a little bit as the half closed out. What do you want to see defensively these girls hold strong with?
We just want to pressure the ball full court. We're allowing Olivia to get a little comfortable. We're allowing Patience to get comfortable. So we got to get up in their face, pressure the ball, make them make decisions early. We're allowing them to get comfortable. So you'll see us pressuring the ball full court more. Our defensive pressure in the last couple minutes turned up. Our bench came alive. And we have 2 injuries right now, so we got to make sure they're okay to play. And we just got to pressure. We just got to talk more defensively. We're really quiet. For the first 14 minutes, we were really quiet. The last couple minutes, we turned it on. So that's what we plan to come out in the second half, energized, exciting, and pressuring the ball a lot more.
We thank you for your time, Coach.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Ellie, and thanks, Coach Simmons. As we look at some of the first half here, Cooper will take an 11-point lead into the halftime break.
Yo, Scott.
Hey.
I'm heading out, man. You want to ride?
No, I got my car, but I actually really need to go to the bathroom.
Oh, you know what? I was just in there. The line is like 10 people long.
You know, I think I'll just...
Dude, are you okay?
You wouldn't believe what I was just thinking. I am definitely buzzed.
Yeah.
I think I will take this, and I will take that ride home.
Smart man.
Did you see how that dog was looking at me?
Trophy case was added to a couple of years ago. State champion for the Cooper Hawks. That was a thrilling run for them in that 2018 title, and got back last year as well. And got a few remaining players, obviously, from that with Wheeler and Tribble, and then Jayla Relaford, who's not playing tonight. 31-20, Cooper, our score at the half. As we take a look at some first half highlights from this one, Cooper pulled away late in the half, and we'll show you some of the action. Here's Tribble knocking one down early. Benilde, I think, wanted them to take those outside shots. There's Olsen, tripped up on the way in and still got the miracle shot to drop. Wheeler was huge in this first half, knocking down shots from the top there, and then coming up with a big steal there. She kind of shrugs off the defender, works her way all the way through, almost stolen, but still got the layup to go. And then a little step back here that bounces around and drops. And then Olsen, this time they didn't really pick her up. Nice, strong finish with the left hand there. Just a young player, very talented young player as an 8th grader. And there's Wheeler again doing her magic right at the end of the half there to give her team a 31-20 lead. As you can look at the scores in the first half, Patience Williams with 8 to lead Benilde, and Olsen has 7. Wheeler, 17-point first half, and I think in a lot of ways did exactly what her coach wanted in terms of being a real threat from the top of the key. A couple times as a passer, but oftentimes as a shooter too.
I don't think, like I said, we've said this many times, I just don't think people expect her to pull up, and she has such a nice soft touch from the top up there. What an added bonus and a weapon for Cooper to have her be able to do that.
So Cooper leading at 31-20. We'll take a timeout and come back with more here as the concession stand doing some business here at halftime here. You're watching girls basketball from the Metro West Conference here on CCX Sports.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You'll also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
Welcome back here to Cooper High School. Let's go over now to Allie with Coach Swan.
All right, Coach, the girls putting in a good effort in that first half, but there was about a 4 or 5 minute span where you guys were scoreless, and that hurt you guys there. What happened?
It was our defensive end. We let a couple shots go in, and they scored. And then on the offensive end, we kind of didn't run our spread like we were supposed to, and then they got too flat, and then we didn't get our shots up like we wanted to.
What was the message at halftime? 11 points, not that out of the realm to be able to come back here. What was the message?
Stop the penetration, rebound, and then run the offense.
And who do you want to see step up offensively a little more aside from Olivia in the second?
P, Anissa, Olivia. I mean, all 5 starters. They all 5 need to step up.
Coach, what's this game going to come down to?
Us scoring and us stopping them from scoring.
Pretty simple as that, right?
Yeah.
Thanks so much.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Allie, and Coach Swan for taking a little time with us here. As you see, Wheeler had a strong first half for the Hawks, and you sometimes kind of forget too just how important rebounding can be in this sport. I mean, she just kind of owned the defensive glass too. They just did not get very many second opportunities. And Cooper, beyond Mimi, really doesn't have that much height, so she's very important. Player in terms of rebounding, even if she wasn't scoring 17 for you.
Exactly, and the thing about Mimi when she's in there rebounding, she just gets position and she makes that happen.
See our first half stats here. And each team has only made 1 3-pointer, although the shooting overall not too bad, particularly for Cooper there. So Frazier is back in there. She got her thumb wrapped up at halftime. She was over. We just happened to be situated right near we're at the end of the bench where the trainer was tending to her and also to Kirkwood, who got hit in the mouth. So Frazier got a little wrap on that left thumb now. We'll see how that is. She's flexing it, trying to get it back to feeling, and obviously anybody who's played basketball has probably had that happen a time or two to the finger or thumb getting jammed, and it's not a lot of fun.
No, it definitely isn't. We'll see how much she can recover from that.
They go into Williams, and then a nice shovel over to Wolf. Bounces around and out. Williams the rebound and scores it.
That was a nice second there with Williams on that rebound and get back in there and lay it up off the glass.
Obviously a big boost to have her back in their lineup. She gives them some length and just some offensive skill as well. And maybe, certainly not at full strength and probably won't be the rest of the year, but still a player that can definitely help the Red Knights.
Well, you definitely see with her height and also being able to play outside and inside for them.
Knocked it away there, but Wheeler recovers it. Wheeler looking to drive it. Pass was deflected, but got to Tribble. Tribble into traffic, just ripped away from her by Olsen. Olivia Olsen going all the way, and layup is good. So a good start to the second half for BSM there to within 7. And Olsen knocked that one away. Olsen all the way for a breakaway layup there for Benilde. They've scored the first 6 of the half. A couple of them coming off steals.
You know, and that's an advantage if you're going to play in a zone and to get her up at the top because people are trying to feed in, and she does. She has that long wingspan, and she just gracefully gets in there and steals the ball.
Frazier will shoot it up for 3, no good. Williams the rebound and fouled by Autumn Johnson. Another look at that first one, and she just ripped it away from Tribble.
And then still finished with knowing there was going to be contact. I love it how the kids are starting to control that and be able to finish with contact.
Second one, she was so far ahead, there was no contact after getting that steal. Swan was bumped by Frazier there. And Frazier will pick up the foul, her 3rd. Looked like Swan was kind of in some trouble, so Cooper was kind of hoping maybe they would just rule that sort of an incidental bump there, but got into her body a little bit there. Johnson checking out here. Williams coming to meet that pass, swings it around. Swan will shoot up a 3, it's short. And Hall out of there with it for Cooper. Here's Wheeler driving down the middle, a little floater. That's a very difficult make right there, but she made it look easy.
She did. She did the drive and brought the ball up, and she is fun to watch.
There's Hall picking Olsen's pocket. Tribble for the layup, and it's good. So a little of her own medicine there for Olivia Olsen, getting that one stolen from her. So now Cooper has stretched the lead back to 9. And there's a steal by Tribble. Tribble goes all the way, no good, but fouled by Relaford.
You know, and Cooper's doing what Coach said they wanted to do. They were going to bring up that tension and pressure on the defense, and right now we're getting some trapping up there.
Yeah, they were able to force Swan to turn, and then that double team clamped in on her. Free throw is good for Drea Tribble. She has 13 points. Swan will check out, and Brooklyn Miller is in for Benilde. Tribble makes a pair, and the lead is 11. Well, it wasn't very long ago we were just saying that Benilde would come out so strong, and they were right back in it, but now the lead back to 11.
She thought about shooting that and then took the drive. I think she had the shot, I thought.
Miller will give it back. Here's Olsen, and then back for Brooklyn Miller. They're trying to get it to Williams posting. Now she does. Relaford's pass, stolen away by Tribble. Quick hands. All the way goes Tribble, but missed the layup, and then Wheeler trying to grab that rebound, knocked it out of bounds. We'll get an inbound play for Benilde. Levy back in.
Sorry about that. That was a good hustle back from Benilde to get back and disrupt her, because she made a nice steal and it looked like she was going to have a nice easy bucket, but they didn't give up on the play.
And I like the job that the officials did at getting back into position. So many times on a play like that, there's kind of like almost an automatic foul call when somebody drives to the hoop and there's somebody real close like that. But I don't think it was. We have a pretty good look. We're kind of situated at that end, and so nice job by the officials. And people are always so eager to point out every mistake that an official makes. You gotta give them credit for when they're doing a nice job out there too, because obviously we couldn't have these high school basketball games without it, without the officials. So an 11-point lead here for the Hawks. See Ebony Livingston directing some of the huddle this time around, the assistant for Cooper.
You know, that's such a good thing for, you know, there's many times too when I was a head coach and even when I was an assistant coach, there's like head coach puts you in there and it's like the kids need to hear from all of you, and that when the coaching staff is working that well together, that's just a bonus also.
Benilde basketball here as we resume play. The Red Knights now down by 11. They had scored the first 6 points of this half to pull within 5, and then Cooper answers with the next 6. They're trying to deny Olsen the ball here. And they get it into Williams. To the corner, Relaford will shoot and make a three-pointer. Big hoop there for Relaford of Benilde. Frazier bringing it back out top. Tribble calling for it out on the wing. Levy shooting it up, and it is good for 3. Acacia Levy getting her first bucket. Olsen, nice dish, and Wolf with an excellent cut there and gets the layup.
That was a good job of the passing out to the wing, and it came back to and just swung it around. They're looking for each other, cutting the lanes, and that's what they need to keep doing. They need to attack the bucket a little more.
Cooper by 9. Levy will swing it around. Camara shooting it. It's short. Wheeler had it, but Olsen knocked it away. However, it's recovered by Frazier. Couldn't get it to go and batted out. Break for Benilde now. Relaford giving it to Patience Williams. They chopped it away from her. Red Knights keep it though. Wolf being hounded, lost it. It'll be a turnover and Cooper basketball. Swan coming back in and Miller out here for Benilde, and meanwhile for Cooper we will see Jace Herman, number 10, coming in for the first time. Camara getting a call from the bench here. Herman giving it up to Tribble. They're really trying to get it swinging back and forth and get Wheeler a look inside. Here's Tribble firing a 3 and hitting.
Well, and right now they're putting 2 people on her down there, and it's if they keep moving that and if Cooper's patient with the ball, they're going to get that open outside shot, which may force them to have to not double on Wheeler.
In and out there for Olsen. So Cooper up by 12 after that 3-point make. Then the pass a little too high, but Wheeler takes it right back. Wheeler going to the hoop and is fouled by Patience Williams. I don't know, Wheeler with great hands to get that ball back. It looked like Swan had the steal for the Red Knights right there, but Wheeler pokes it, and then watch Wheeler. She realizes that she has a little bit of an edge on Williams there, and she just was going to pull her way to the basket. Very smart play there. Free throw is good. It's just really recognizing that, you know, that you sort of have a step on that defender, and I don't even know if she really expected or thought she was going to make the basket. She was just trying to make sure that she drew a foul.
Exactly. She just got that and attacked.
14-point lead now, Cooper's biggest. Williams almost fell backward with that one. Now she gets it inside. And blocked by Wheeler, and Williams a little bit shaken up. Yeah.
It's getting up kind of gingerly.
Let's hope that's not that knee. Another look as you see as she tries to plant here, and
and then came twisted as she came down.
Pauline McCarthy is coming in for Cooper. Pass out top to Olsen, looking inside, and the layup is good again for Wolf. Olsen finding Wolf again. Tribble bringing it back out top, 12-point game. Levy will swing it around. There's Tribble, left-hand layup wouldn't go. And Relaford with the rebound here for Benilde. So Wheeler getting a little bit of a breather here for Cooper. Inside it comes to Wolf, no good. Camara dumping it inside. McCarthy traveled. Yeah. Looked kind of a little raw with the footwork there. Inbounded here to Wolf. Driving it to the hoop and was fouled. That was, Cooper would like to do things a little differently defensively there. There was kind of just an Olay defense.
It's like they got caught flat-footed actually back there on it, because then she saw the lane and she just kept attacking, and then they moved obviously late on it and drew the foul.
Free throw no good for Wolf. Autumn Johnson will come back in and McCarthy will check out. McCarthy, a freshman. And it's tough, you know, when you're a player that you know you're going to, you know, just be counted on to come in for a minute or two like that. But at the same time, you know, as a coach, I mean, that's kind of how you build your way into playing time, just a little bit at a time sometimes as a young player.
Exactly, and I always wanted those players to understand, when you come off the bench, your job is we need to maintain or improve. Just relax. You don't have to get out and prove yourself right away. Just get out and keep in the flow of the game. Get in the flow and then look for opportunities.
Johnson will pick up the foul for Cooper, trying to get that ball back. It's her third. You can tell they're trying to get up and really body up on Olsen, and Levy playing D on her now. And Olsen loses it. Layup is good for Camara.
They are going to pressure Olsen. They don't want the ball in her hands. They're going to try and deny and make everybody else do it.
And there's a reach-in call going against Camara.
Number 3, Camara. That's the second personal, 5th team foul.
Patience Williams coming back in. She seems to have a little hitch in her step still, but. And now Frazier back in for Cooper.
Seems to have just a little bit of not as sure-footed as. Seems a little limp in that step.
Miller passing it in to Williams for Benilde. Red Knights trailing it by 13. Wolf will kick it back out. Wolf being pressured there. Miller will swing it around to Swan. Now Wubben.
You got a mismatch there a little bit, but
Miller kicks it around. Wolf had it jabbed loose. Cooper's not making it easy for any dribbler. Timeout called you, I believe. Let's go over now to Allie.
Yeah, Jay, you know, players, coaches, and fans are all sporting new T-shirts this year that have a little bit of a special something behind them. The shirts were designed by 2013 Cooper alum Dave Wanpu, who started his own company called For the Love. So the back of the T-shirts say living, overcoming, valuing everyone, which is his company's acronym for the word love. Dave says it's so important for him to give back to his former school and his community. He's really involved in pursuing your passions and making a social impact. And it was his way of being able to give back by creating these T-shirts that are really pretty cool that I know the team is really into this year.
So 47-34 lead for Cooper, and you get a look at the shirts the Hawks wearing and around the area here. So
a former alumni that comes back and contributing to the community. That's awesome.
Inbounded to Olsen here. Williams posting up. Gonna go up with it, but not good. Tipped loose, and here comes Hall. Scoop shot there was blocked. It'll stay with Cooper. There really wasn't much room to get that one out. Cooper's probably fortunate to get the ball back.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, I think she was going to try and take Olivia on, but Olivia just had good positioning and was going to deny that.
Frazier will inbound here for Cooper. Playing for a little while without Wheeler, and there's a three-pointer knocked down by Frazier. First three of the game for her, second field goal, 50-34, biggest lead now for Cooper, and we will get Levy called for a little bit of a hand check there.
You know, that hand check, it's interesting to see. Sometimes you see it called, you know, and then other times it's like you see more aggressiveness and it's not called. That's always an interesting when it's going to be called, when it's not. You just really don't know.
Olsen coming out to meet it. Woman pressured, knocked loose, but gets it back. And then Williams is being hounded. Boy, you can see Cooper, they're asking for a lot of effort, and they're getting it. Williams, nice drive and finish there.
And she looked like she was in trouble over there, then she kicked it down to Olsen, and Olsen hit her right back as she was cutting to the basket for her to finish with a layup there.
14-point lead for Cooper. Hall will shoot it up. That one is short. Olsen the board, and she'll drive it back the other way. Wolf. And it looks like it's going to be a foul call here on that attempted shot block. Yeah, really nice little give and go there.
You know, one of the things Coach Swan talked about, it's, you know, it's like they're young, but they're kids, they don't, teams will go on a run like right now, but they don't give up. They just keep in there. They're fighting. They work hard, and that's what you need. You need the young kids to understand that and work hard, and everybody just to keep fighting that battle. Good things will come to them.
Wheeler got a fairly extended break there for Cooper, but comes back in right now. 7:44 to go in the contest, and Wolf, after missing the first free throw, her second one on the way and good. So 9 points for her now in the game. The lead is 13 for the Hawks.
Well, the nice thing for you when you're Cooper and the coaching staff and even Wheeler, you can give her a good extended break like she got, which I'm sure she doesn't get too many times because she's so valuable in there, and you maintained and actually improved. So.
Oh, Williams blocking the dribble shot there. Wheeler giving it back, dribble, not very big, goes up with it and draws the foul, and she'll head to the free throw line. She was not going to take no for an answer there.
Fouls on Benilde, number 11, Olsen.
Olsen will pick up the foul and dribble to the free throw line. And misses that one. Second one right on the money. And Benilde trailing by 14 now as they bring it to the front court. It feels like the next 2 minutes are going to be really important. Hall will be called for the foul. Either Benilde kind of makes a little push and gets really right back in it, or maybe the lead will just kind of grow a little bit more and Cooper will pull away.
You know, I think you're right. It's going to be interesting to see how Benilde is going to respond, because we've been watching, and Cooper's applying more and more pressure. But, you know, she's at the free throw line, but unfortunately that one didn't go in for her.
It kind of wears on you, I think, physically and mentally when you're getting pressured that much.
You are, because sometimes what you see happen is they're being pressured so much, and then when they get down to the offensive end, they force or they rush it too quick, and they don't get their best shot.
Wheeler, got a timeout call before the double dribble could come, because she was trapped underneath there and pivoted a couple times and then started to dribble again, but the timeout had been awarded prior to that second dribble, so Coach Simmons saw that his player was in trouble and lacking an outlet to go to there. They used the timeout.
Looks like they're taking some time to work on Frazier's thumb again also. It seems to be, I don't know if they're retaping it now or whatever, but she's been valuable to them. She's come in and hit that 3 for them and done some nice jobs with moving the ball. Right now, I think coach for Benilde, I think what he's trying to give his kids, like you said, the pressure is on them when you're playing. You're getting a little worn down deep with that, but you gotta go control. You gotta take some control with it and try and keep moving and working the shot. I haven't seen them attack in the middle as much as I'd like to see them attack the bucket. I'd like to, they're passing on the perimeter outside. I'd love to see them go to the bucket.
Let's go over now to Allie with an injury update.
You guys were just talking there about injury updates, and number 12, India Kirkwood, did not end up coming back after halftime. At halftime, it looked like they were really checking out her mouth area and were concerned about some loose teeth. So she's no longer here. She'll be out for the rest of the game.
Thanks, Allie, and that's tough to see. She was over the garbage can, spitting some blood right in front of us when that happened. So hopefully sounds like it could be a situation where a dental visit is in order. Here's Williams driving, but ran out of room and missed it. Frazier attacking too hard with that one, and then knocked off Wheeler's hand. It'll be Benilde ball. Mimi's so good at kind of controlling on the fingertips, tipping it to herself, but that time somebody else hit it too, and it knocked it off her hand.
And you can see she was frustrated with herself, but because she works so hard and she expects to get those rebounds.
Wolf getting it to Olsen for the layup, and that's what Benilde, sometimes it's easier said than done, but you would like to use Cooper's pressure against them by making a little back cut or maybe a little screen or whatever, and they've done it a couple times, but maybe not consistently as they would like. They are to within 12, though. This game is far from over. Dribble shot won't drop. Olsen ahead to Williams. Layup is good, and Benilde making a little push.
I think Cooper got caught on that one last time because Benilde was pushing and Cooper was kind of going back, and then they took advantage of that. It was a great pass from Olsen up to the post, and she just laid it in.
So the lead is 10, and I just said a moment ago that they're either going to kind of make a little run and be back in it or not, and the Red Knights have responded nicely. Tribble driving it up. Oh, a tough shot. Looked like her arm might have got hit a little bit too, but able to finish it. Banged it kind of hard off the glass, but got the bounce. Here's Patience Williams attacking. Oh, no good there.
She was going to take on Mimi on that one.
Tribble the other way for the left-hand layup. Fearless in attacking the basket. Sometimes it doesn't look so pretty when they don't go in, but she will keep on working. Here's Wolf. And that one bounces out. And then we get a foul call on the rebound going against Cooper, it looks like. Frazier will pick it up. That is the fourth foul on Bree Frazier. And Wolf will go to the free throw line here.
Bree is a very talented, she's agile, she moves well.
Levy and Herman coming back in, and I thought it was interesting talking to Coach Simmons at practice this week, and I think a lot of coaches really feel this way, but he really talked about it. He said he compared it to you need all kinds of ingredients to make a cake, and he told his players that everybody's going to have a role. It might be just to do one thing really well, to play hard defense when we put you in for a couple minutes, or, be a great practice player, whatever it is. But he wants everybody to feel like a part of the team and doing something to contribute to success, not just the players who score the most and all that. As Wheeler hits another.
Well, and I agree, and when you can do that with your players and they can see that, and everybody does have a role. Some are bigger, some are smaller. When you play that role and understand that role, that just makes your whole team that much stronger.
Knocked loose. Olsen comes back up with it, though. Relaford thought about it. She'll go to Wolf instead, and that one is good. As Wolf knocks it down to pull Benilde within 12 again. .4:15 to go here. See if Cooper might kind of hang on to it to try and make them come out of this zone, even though they're the team that, no, I guess not. The jumper put up from the baseline, no good. You see that, and knocked away, but a foul call on Camara there. Cooper in general would like the pace faster, but sometimes if you got a comfortable lead and they're zoning you, you might say, I'm going to hold the ball on my hip until they get out of that zone.
Yeah, I'm gonna move the ball and make them work and take my time and get. If I can get a layup, I'll take a layup. If I get my wide open shot.
So Olsen to the free throw line here for the Red Knights. Free throw is good. I think Coach Simmons was talking to the official about, don't anticipate that. If she reaches in but gets basketball, give her a chance to make that play. Because it did look relatively clean from my vantage point there. Olsen will make a pair, and the lead is 10 now for Cooper.
Sometimes that little discussion with the referees, if you handle it, you might get them to take a little better look the next time.
And Camara fell and then kind of almost passed it to herself. It goes out of bounds. Again, Cooper, this lead isn't big enough that they can feel comfortable, that's for sure. 3:50 to go, they are up by 10. Not that Benilde's right on their heels just yet, but there's still time to do so. Olsen looking inside, knocked away. Williams got it back though. Back for Olsen on the drive, wouldn't drop, and Wheeler rebounds. Wheeler all the way in for the layup.
She's coming down that lane there, and she almost turns it over, and she gets a hold of the ball and lays it up and in.
I have to admit, I was thinking the play to make there would be to pull it back out, but she just saw the opening and went for it. Knocked out of bounds, and off of Swan, it will be Cooper ball. Another look at Wheeler. Watch her just kind of keep her head up here, keeps weaving, and almost lost it, but not quite, and lays it in. Benilde remaining in that 2-3 zone.
That's what he's doing. He's going to back him up. Let's just move the ball around. Make him come out and play us in a man.
Benilde trying to extend a little bit. Tribble's going to shoot it. It's in and out. Williams the rebound. Olsen spinning away. Drops it back for Williams. And no good. Tip back out though. And Swan will get a look at a three. That's no good. Williams grabs it. Patience Williams lost it, and Cooper will get the possession as Williams working hard and attacking, but just had to get away from her there.
And I like that thought of what she did. She got out, she worked hard, the ball came back to her, she saw the baseline drive, and like you said, the ball just got away.
Underneath, whoa, and Patience Williams sends that one out. Camara thought she had a layup. Another look at this swat. Bella Davison coming back in now for Benilde, number 10. Into Wheeler, little fadeaway there, won't go. Olsen the board. Timeout Benilde, 2:06 to go here, and trying to make a last push here.
It'll be interesting to see what he draws up here. You know, it's a few minutes left, but he's had some kids that have hit some threes, but he's also had some good opportunities where his players have attacked the rim, and you know, there's your chance for a nice three that way also.
Yeah, you're thinking that Olsen and Williams are the two that have been handling the ball the most and kind of attacking, and Wolf somewhat as well. You'd think probably want the ball in some combination of their hands and be looking to kind of take these big shots down the stretch.
Well, exactly, and then also too, looking at, does Benilde say, okay, are we there enough where I'm going to foul and try and get the ball back? You know, but
yeah, they only have 3 fouls too. So if they're going to do that, they're going to need to start doing it pretty quick. They've got a ways to go before they'll be putting Cooper at the line.
Well, if you look at it right now, Cooper's in the double. I mean, Benilde's in the double bonus at the foul line. Attack the bucket. Get fouled. Get to that free throw line. Cooper's got to be pleased too. I mean, they're playing the game, like you said, without their point guard. The kids have risen to the occasion. They've played well together. Kids have gotten valuable experience. They've had to step up into bigger roles. So far, it's worked out for them.
Olsen drives, gives it over to Patience Williams. Trying to spread the floor out so they can, well, A, avoid being trapped, but also create a little bit of driving lanes, I think, too. Went inside, and there's a foul. Camara trying to get through to get that steal, and instead will be called for the foul. So Patience Williams to the free throw line here for the Red Knights. She's had a strong game tonight here for Benilde, again just coming off injury. You look at Jayla Relaford there on the left, is unable to play tonight. 1 out of 2 for Williams. It's an 11-point lead. Hall will fire. No good. Tribble had the rebound and knocked away, and it will stay with Cooper. To be honest, I'm questioning Cooper continuing to shoot these shots. Your goal needs to be to secure this win, and
I would like to see him work the ball a little more because it hasn't caused them an issue as much. Work the ball a little more and then attack the bucket or get a better shot inside.
Tribble driving, no, but was fouled and will head to the free throw line. And yeah, that's a shot you don't mind at all.
And she's so quick there. She gets that step, and as they recover, she draws the foul. Now she's at the free throw line.
Tribble's free throw is good. 23 points for her in the game as you see Autumn Johnson coming back in. And Tribble makes 1 out of 2. Wolf had to save it, but got it over to Johnson, or Olsen, excuse me. Here comes Olsen on the drive. No, but a foul. Tribble picks up the foul. Olivia Olsen to the free throw line. She's got 15 points tonight. They've made her really work, though. I mean, don't get me wrong, she's played well, but she hasn't, been able to take over the game in the second half here. Cooper has definitely made a point of chasing her hard and making her work.
Oh, I wouldn't say many of her, but I think there was a couple baskets where she had steals and went up, and that was probably the easiest basket she had because they were all over her at times too.
So a 10-point game here as Cooper inbounds. And there's a steal, but a collision. Two Benilde players, Wolf and Williams, collided. A bad break for them, and Johnson will get the layup out of it. Looked like the Red Knights had a steal, but they just plain ran into each other, and not much you can do. I mean, it was just good effort, but they collided. Boy, now it's 12. You know, had that been instead a bucket for them, things would have got a whole lot tighter. Under a minute to play, though, now, and it looks like Cooper is going to win for the 10th time this year.
Yep, coach wants him to pull it back and just settle down right here. Just move the ball now. Just move the ball.
Wheeler.
Yep.
Gonna pull it back. Again, Cooper's only losses to number 1 Hopkins and number 4 Centennial, as Swan will take the foul there. Again, they're not yet in the bonus, though. Benilde at this point, probably not really any reason to take fouls. I mean, it's going to be too late for them to try and play the free throw game.
Well, they haven't, I mean, yeah, you got 30 seconds left approximately, and a few fouls to give. And
inbounded to Tribble. Now it's Frazier. And there's another steal for Olsen. Olsen will go all the way and finish with the left-hand layup. So a 10-point game, but under 20 seconds to play now.
well, and if you're Cooper on this, if she steals it, just don't foul her. Give her the basket. You're ahead right now. Don't cause yourself to give her more opportunity.
7 seconds left, and Cooper will just hang on. And they will get their 10th win of the year as the Hawks win at 62-52. They had a couple of close games in the Metro West that beat St. Louis Park. They had a lot of blowouts earlier, and got tested pretty good though in these 2 conference games they've had so far, which a lot of times is the case. I think you do more prep work for conference games. You kind of are really putting more in to try and beat a specific opponent probably by the time you get to January in your league games.
Well, you are definitely by that time you're preparing. That's when it's all out. Conference standings, getting ready, getting yourself in a good position for sections and playoffs, and that also. I think too, you've seen Cooper. They've had success. You said there were some blowouts, but they played 2 quality teams that they lost to in losing to Hopkins and Centennial, and the bonus for them is they had other kids that had to step up tonight and play key roles with their main point guard out for the game. So nice job by Cooper. And if you're Benilde, you're looking at their youth and how their youth is playing, and they've got some really talented athletes.
Let's go over now to Allie with one of the Happy Hawks.
Yeah, I've got Dre Tribble here. Dre, it's always a big change-up when you lose your starting point guard in a game, and you got the ball, taking it up the court tonight. How are you guys able to get this W without Jayla playing in the game?
Just teamwork. We really trust each other, so it's like a family bond, so we got it.
And what about you? Did you enjoy the point guard position tonight?
Yeah, I need to start playing it one more. I'm a shorter guard, so yeah, it was fine.
You still look comfortable at the position, at a halftime 11-point game. You guys were able to maintain that most of the second half. What did you guys do defensively to keep that advantage the whole game?
We definitely talked a lot more. Talking on defense always a big part of it, so yeah.
First year with Coach Simmons. What's it like playing for him? He's a character on the sidelines.
Yeah, he's definitely a character. It takes some games to get used to it, but he's a good coach. He really cares for us, so yeah.
10-2 on the season now. What do you think the best thing you guys have going for you? You're in Class 4A now, got a new head coach, but 10-2 is pretty impressive.
Mm-hmm. Definitely just being a younger team, especially in being back in 4A, having that bond as a young team with no chemistry is really good.
Impressive win tonight. You guys did a great job without your starting point guard.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thanks, Allie, and thanks to Drea Tribble there as she scored 23 for the Hawks, 25 for Mimi Wheeler as they carried most of the scoring load, and for Benilde they were led by Olsen with 19, Williams with 15, and Wolf with 13. And Cooper will be taking on their district rival Armstrong on Saturday afternoon at a neutral court over at Patrick Henry High School. So a good chance to see the Hawks again right away in less than 24 hours if you want to go check out them playing against the Armstrong Falcons. And we will actually have Armstrong on TV for you coming up Tuesday when they play Osseo. Hope you've enjoyed this one here tonight from Cooper High School. For Patty Sorensen, Allie Mosley, and all of our CCX crew, I'm Jay Wilcox. There's your final. Cooper 62, Benilde 52.